So, all right. So welcome. So we have a special edition of Real Talk. I've never done a podcast that wasn't on a Friday. You guys broke the rule. Yeah.
That's what we do. We break rules.
You guys are rule breakers.
All the time.
So I'm Doug Benavides, Cross Country Mortgage DB Group. And then who do we have here today?
Jeanine Sirwin, Illinois Real Estate Partners.
All right.
Sharon Lynn John, Boss Nurse Lynn on Instagram.
Let's go. Boss Nurse. So you guys have an event coming up, right?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yep.
December 21st.
December 21st. So what's the event about? How is Boss Nurse involved in our world?
So I opened up Boss Nurse because I was really burnt out as a nurse. I just felt like I was being shackled by my student loan debt. And with what they were paying nurses, it was starting to become almost like unrealistic to own a house.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I was stuck. Like, how will I ever afford a house with the current wages they pay? And I decided that, my husband and I decided that we were going to invest in real estate. We did some house hacking, became super hosts on Airbnb while we were traveling the country. And as I was traveling around, I had other nurses tell me, like, how do you do it? They were so intrigued by our story and how we were able to actually like invest in real estate as nurses and make money off of it. And as I was telling them, they're like, oh, you could help so many people. You've inspired me. So, and like nurses, we help people. So I opened up Instagram. I started like being transparent about the money I was making and what I was doing. And it kind of took off. And I've helped several nurses now make thousands of dollars on Airbnb.
How cool is that? So I know you had a viral video that explained exactly what you were making on one of your investments, right?
Yeah.
How much are you making a month on one of these investments?
So I could make up to $10,000 on a month off of just one of my properties.
So you're making one property, you're making 120 grand a year.
Yes.
That's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
And I love that you're here because normally we have a lot of like industry people here talking about this, right? But we're talking about a nurse doing it. She's actually trying to share all her little tricks that she's like, and you know a lot. Yeah. I'm over here thinking about like, drop that nurse license. Let's get you as a LO. Because she knows a lot of these products, right? Because when we first encountered each other like 2 weeks ago, and you're dropping all these products like you can do this, you can do that. I'm like, what is going on right now? So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I always just kind of gain knowledge. We're always listening to podcasts. We're always listening to like people who are in real estate, and it's just something that like has always interested myself, my husband. We learned a lot throughout the years. Yeah. When we've been investing, we learned about different type of loans, like where we should go, how to do like market analysis, like is this house going to do well on Airbnb? Yeah. We learned a lot about the laws as well. So actually, I've worked with nurses all over the country, like all the way from California, all the way to New Jersey. Yep. And I mean, I've had people like Denver, Arizona, Las Vegas, Dallas, Atlanta. I've worked with I have a pretty wide knowledge on like the country when it comes to like the Airbnb market and what it can actually make. And I've just gained so much knowledge from just experience and all the 10 listings that I also am currently co-hosting all over the country.
So were you able to just sign up to be a nurse, or did you have to go to school?
Yeah, I had to go to school 4 years. Yeah.
The reason why I say it's so stupid like that is we actually have a cool program I think you'll love. So the state of Illinois, they have an IDA program, and they now have a program where they get you down payment assistance, and they'll forgive up to $40,000 in your student loan debt.
Wow.
I mean, talk about house hacks. So we'll go do details on the 21st.
Wow, I want you to talk about that at the event. Dang, bring it to bring it to my fellow nurses. That's awesome.
But the money runs out. So whoever sees this, if you are interested in getting the $40,000 forgiven, you got to reach out to us, and then I'll register you so we protect the money for you.
Love it.
So those are hacks that I can do on my end. So like we work together, we're just hacking everywhere.
Hey, absolutely.
So how'd you guys meet? Like how did this come to be?
So Lynn's parents, her father was my boy's wrestling coach from the time they were little bitty all the way through. So our families, our kids have kind of grown up together. Yeah. But then
so it's like a family friend type situation.
Yeah, we are all originally from Lombard. Yeah. And then I moved over to Glen Ellen. Okay. And then her parents were looking to move. Yeah. So I sold them a house. They moved over to Glen Ellen. And then these guys came in from their travel nursing on one of their breaks, and they bought a house. So we're all literally walking distance to each other now.
I love the travel nurse. So you've been in real estate for how long now?
I've been in real estate. Well, I got my license during COVID,
okay,
like a lot of other people. So 2020.
The COVID years, man. Everyone kicked ass those years.
Yeah.
It's like an asterisk. Everybody was on steroids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Performance enhancements. Cool. I love that. How do you like the industry now? Like now that it's calmed down, post-pandemic years.
I love it. So I started with a lender back in the early 2000s. So I've kind of been.
That's hurtful.
It was very hurtful. So I've kind of been around the industry for a while. But yeah, no, I love it. I love everything to do with houses, remodeling, selling them, styling them. And everything.
And this dynamic is what I really love because I know you're passionate, right? We've known each other for a few years now. And now that you guys are trying to bring all your education, all the things that you guys know, just to the masses.
Absolutely.
And you were going to charge, but you're like, nah, let's make this thing free.
Yeah. I was like, let's make this thing free because I just want more people to be inspired. I feel like I have the ability to influence people, empower them to take the next steps. And I know there's been a lot of people who were in my spot one time. I was told I'd never be a nurse. I became a nurse. I got my master's degree. Cool. So just like actually being able to get real estate, multiple properties, help several nurses make thousands of dollars. I'm like, let's just make this for free because the more people come, the better, because the more they're going to be empowered for my mission, which is actually to bring more freedom to nurses and have nurses call the shots and not the hospitals call the shots.
Are we going to feed people? Are we bringing some
Giordano's?
Portillo's?
Let's go. It's Chicago. Come on. I love
it. So I think that's so cool of you guys because I think sometimes people learn how to be successful. They kind of like keep it a secret, but no, like who cares? Like share the wealth, right?
Yeah.
There's room
for everybody. Yeah. There's room
for
really everybody.
Is.
Yeah. And everything, I share everything for free. Like if you want to know exactly how I did stuff, go look at my Instagram.
You break it down. It's like step by step.
Yeah. Go look at my YouTube. I have like private mentorship, but again, like it's everything that's already out there. Yeah. But I do like to empower people, motivate people like, hey, if I can do it, then so can you.
And I love this duel because like now if they reach out to you, then you know how to identify if there's a proper ROI, what's the recoupment, right? So that's like a perfect harmony. Then I'll jump in if I need to on the lending side and just make this thing happen.
It's a trio. It's not a duo. It's a trio now.
It's a trio now. Let's go. It's a tripod. Let's go. All right. Can we get some weird questions going? Because I know you guys haven't been on a podcast. I love this part. So we drink. So you guys maybe do a few things I normally don't do. First, I don't do this other than Fridays. But then I never mix shots. It's always been like all tequila or all whiskey for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But we got tequila for you, and then we got whiskey for
you don't want to give me whiskey.
Yeah. You don't want to give me tequila.
I shouldn't just drink. I should just stop drinking. So who wants to do the honor? So let's have you guys do a spin.
I'll spin it.
Let's see where we land.
That was a very good spin.
All right. So give me 2 good, 2 bad things that realtors do and nurses do.
You go first or me go first?
2 bad things that nurses do.
2 good and 2 bad.
All right. So 2 good things nurses do. We give you the good stuff. Another, that could also be a bad thing. We give you the good stuff.
Yeah, I can go either way.
Depends on who it is, I guess. Yeah.
So there's one good, one bad. Another good thing, we can make stuff happen. So we tell the doctors what to do. They actually don't tell us what to do. So that's a good thing.
That'd be nice to your nurse.
Yeah, I've always said that. You need the nurses.
I gotta think of another bad thing because I don't really think we do any bad things. We're just crazy sometimes.
I creeped on your social media.
I was just gonna say we've seen your social. Come on.
I put nurse stickers on my vehicle so I don't get pulled over.
That's the coolest thing.
There you go.
I'm about to take a sticker for my damn self.
Right?
I love that. How about you? 2 good, 2 bad for realtors.
2 good, 2 bad. Okay. So, good, obviously helping, first time home buyers, right? People who are struggling or maybe the first person in a lineage of their family, right? To have home ownership, right? Going from being a renter. Exactly. So that's huge. For me. I think that's good. You want another good? I can think of on the bad side. I think on the bad side, a lot of realtors, they get caught up in the transactional mindset and they just want to sell you a house. So I think sometimes that's the negative is just trying to get somebody under a contract because you want a commission and maybe putting them not in the best position
to get it done.
Yeah. You want more?
If you can. I mean, that's a loaded question. I didn't write that question.
That's a really loaded question.
That's a loaded question.
And I can say good. So the good is building a rapport with the other side, right?
Yeah.
Remember, we're actually in a team together. At the end of the day, sellers, buyers, doesn't matter. We're all trying to get to the same place, right?
Yeah.
To sell a home and help everybody do what they need to do.
Yeah.
So building that rapport is a good thing. The bad thing could be, just not wanting to cooperate with the other side and just being so difficult to work through and making it just that much harder.
It's already a hard process.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, let's just work together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that you guys get to see like the inside scoop on an opportunity.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because sometimes clients don't believe you and you're the expert. So they're like, all right, I don't know if this is a good opportunity. You're like, okay. And then reach out to like somebody that you do know is going to jump on that opportunity. Like,
so true.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So what we do is if you guys answered the question, we'll all drink together. If anybody refuses, you do a penalty shot.
Oh.
So since you guys answered, let's do our first toast.
Okay.
And it is tradition around here. Mr. JT does a shot with us.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah, let me get that. I got this. All right.
All right, you guys ready?
That's what the water's for.
H2O.
I got peppermint hot chocolate. I'll chase mine with.
You seem so excited for it. Salud.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. Well, it's actually not bad. Maybe I don't need a chaser.
Yeah, I do.
Like warm me up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was not bad.
All right, miss. Let's do another spin.
Me or her?
Whoever.
Okay, you spin this time. My spin was terrible.
Oh, that was a bad one too.
We can do it again.
Spin it again.
There we go.
Spin. It's like the Price is Right when it doesn't go all the way around.
Actually, I'm actually intrigued on this one. What's your worst client story for each of you?
Does it have to be PG?
Oh boy,
I don't do edits, so that's your call.
I gotta ask husband over here. Could it be PG? Does it have to be PG? All right. So we had, when we were in Pendleton, Oregon, I had probably an 80-year-old patient, female. She was total hippie. And one morning, she was married and her bed alarm was going off and her telemetry monitor was going crazy. And I walked in to see what was going on. I turned the bed alarm off and I walked right out because she was doing some stuff with her husband that did not need to be happening.
Right. Oh my goodness.
At the hospital. And nobody believed me that was actually happening. And
I don't know if that's the best story or the worst.
Wait, but have they heard of the Village?
That's the worst. That's disgusting. You want to see it?
No. Wait, but listen, have you heard of the Village in Florida?
No.
That's amazing.
A lot of that going on.
I'm impressed.
No. And nobody believed me because they didn't think 80-year-olds could do that.
Yeah.
Well, the respiratory therapist was going to go in and give her a breathing treatment. And I said, you don't want to go in there right now.
Yeah, she breathed heavy.
He didn't believe me and he walked right out again. He's like, she's not lying.
I don't know how you thought that.
Oh my gosh.
I'll show the house and walk upstairs.
Well, I was just going to say, so when you're showing houses, this is something I actually learned from Frank.
Yeah. Shout out Frank, that's my boy.
Shout out to Frank, yeah. So, whenever you go to show a house, even if the house is vacant, when you open the door, my clients laugh at me because I do it all the time. I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
They're like, why are you saying no? But after they go a couple times, they realize because a lot of times you go in, and especially if there's a renter, and the landlord didn't tell them or they didn't know, and you show up and now there's someone in the house and they don't know. That could be dangerous, right. But we had one time, nobody answered. So we went ahead and we're going through. It was me and a young female. We're walking through the house and we get to the bedroom, open the door, and there was a man stark naked sleeping. I was like, oh, we're not going to go in there. Never mind. We're done showing this house.
Yeah, you guys are getting some crap. I don't have any love stories like that. There's so many paperwork. Next thing I know.
Oh, I'm a nurse. You'll get a lot of stories.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But
oh shit.
Crazy things happen.
Those are interesting stories. Well, let's do this.
Oh, that's right.
Another one.
A lot of nudity in these industries. I did not know.
This one. Okay.
I think you went for the biggest one.
I did because.
All right, now chaser.
With all these shots, I try not to make a face. I don't know if I don't. I feel like every time I make a face or no. Oh,
it's warm. You can chill that.
I should chill it. Yeah. We're unprepared. I don't do this on. All right, last spin. I'm excited. I want to see what else crazy stories you guys have.
You spin it this time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Right. Your turn.
Oh, we'll see how this goes.
Oh man.
If you guys were arrested, what were your significant other think it was for?
Ooh.
Don't lay. Let's not look. We're just breaking all the rules.
I know
here.
Mine right now would be fighting. Fighting, 100%.
Okay, so you like to brawl?
I mean, I don't like to brawl, but I'm super protective. So if I'm out with friends or something, there's been a couple of occasions where someone was bothering someone and I get a little protective.
Note to self, buy her a drink if you see her out. Got it.
Just not whiskey.
Not whiskey. I want to get my ass beat. All right.
What do you think I'd get arrested for?
That's a cheat. That's a cheat.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Right there. Geez, I don't know what I'd get. I mean, probably smoking weed in an apple.
In an apple? That's old school. I don't know if this generation knows what that is.
I don't think they do.
Oh my God. All right. So someone's doing drugs while you're being asked. Okay. All right. Well, cheers to that.
Come work with us.
Yeah, if you want a good time. Oh my gosh. You guys are fun.
Oh my gosh, again.
I'm glad that we broke the Friday rule for you guys. This is cool.
Yeah.
And I know we had to. I'm going out of town, so that's why. So I don't want everybody asking. It's Fridays.
Hiya. Yeah, it's your fault too.
I'll take the blame. I don't want to get hurt. Oh my gosh. All right. So
got that out of the way.
Now we got that out of the way. So all we normally do now is I just want to know what's going on with you guys. What do you guys have coming up event wise? Anything that you guys want to plug, talk about?
Yeah, I mean, this event is meant to be something that's going to
12/21.
Empower nurses. It's going to be an opportunity. Not all you don't have to be a nurse. I mean, I target nurses.
Make sure you disclose it. You don't have to be a nurse. That's your target audience because that's who you are.
Yes.
But it could be anybody really that wants to get into short-term rentals or investment properties.
If the sheriff's watching, come through.
Or even like
maybe leave the husband home.
Midterm rentals too. I teach midterm as well because one of the risks with short-term rentals is that like it gets banned or it starts to go slow. Yeah. And I actually teach how to pivot to midterm rentals because I get a lot of people like, oh, what if it doesn't work? And I'm like, well, you pivot to midterm rentals and I'll teach you how to get a clientele for that as well.
And if you're curious what house hacking means and short-term rentals, come on the 21st. You'll learn exactly what these things mean.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. But this is just meant to be like an opportunity for networking, connecting with like-minded people, getting to know who everybody is, right? There's going to be realtors, nurses, lenders, people even in business because we got a lot of entrepreneurs who are going to be coming.
I'm glad you said that. By the way, I don't care who comes. If you're a competitor to come, I have friends at different companies.
Absolutely.
We don't care who shows up.
Room for everybody.
I've actually done this one other time, and people partnered up and bought houses together.
I love that.
So if you meet like-minded people and you guys want to go in on a multifamily or something, go for it.
Well, and that's the thing sometimes too is you need to go to these events and reach out. One, for education purposes, right? But two, it's networking. Mm-hmm. Every time you go to an event, you have to remember you're networking. You're meeting other people. You know, some people, they don't have, a group of people to draw from, or maybe from their family. Like I said, maybe they're the first generation.
You may have someone that has the cash flow, but not the analytics. So I mean, if you partner up, it's a perfect mesh.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
12/21.
Yeah.
So that's a Saturday. I'm breaking all rules. I don't do Saturday events either. So
11
Saturday,
to 2.
11 to 2. That's what
we also we do have VIP though too. We have VIP spots.
Oh, we're gonna house the VIP stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at capacity. So the VIP I think is 20. Right? 20 capacity.
20, right? Yep.
You guys are gonna come out to my neighborhood, West Loop, and we're gonna do some private whiskey, bourbon, flights and a
great
good
neighborhood.
time.
Especially if you're not from Chicago, because she does across the country. So if we have people coming from, that aren't from Chicago, it's a great opportunity to check out.
And then you get to pick the brain, right? You get to talk to someone that did it, right? You got to talk to somebody that's an expert in the game now. All my wealth was generated through real estate, right? And over 90% of millionaires came from real estate.
Absolutely.
So if you want to learn how to do it, come through. No pressure. I could care less even if you use me as a lender. That's how much I don't care. We just want to educate.
Yeah. Just share information. Yeah.
Get our word out there. I mean, again, my mission is to empower nurses, to build them up, because actually one of the things that made me mad is that most nurses are not millionaires. Like actually, the top professions that are millionaires are like teachers, lawyers, and because they save money. They know how to invest properly. Yeah, teachers is one of them.
If you're a millionaire teacher, holler at me. I'm curious.
We want you to come.
It's not even about the income. It's about the decisions they make with their money. And nurses are not among the top professions that become millionaires. And nurses are actually one of the top professions that experience burnout. So my mission is to change that. My mission is to help nurses to change that and to become millionaires. And again, like I think a lot of people feel that, oh, well, I'll become millionaires if I make a lot of money or like 6+ figures a year, but that's actually not the case. And nurses, even though we do feel sometimes like we're underpaid and undervalued, we could use our money to make more money, to reach that millionaire status through real estate. And I was actually talking to one of my I have a couple coaches on with me, a couple consultants. They'll be there too. Boss nurse Laura and boss nurse Sophia.
Yeah,
she'll be here.
They're awesome girls.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. You guys want to pick their brains, come to this event.
Well, and they've got the coast covered, right? Because one's in Florida and one's in California.
And one's in Ohio and one's from California. So we got the coast covered, guys. But I was just talking to Sophie the other day, and she was like, we were literally just talking how nurses, like, they're picking up extra overtime shifts just to be able to make ends meet, just to be able to like save a little bit of extra money. And I was like, like what's crazy is that if you pick up overtime shifts to invest in real estate, you could actually tack off the need for that overtime shift, because now my Airbnb makes enough money that's like equivalent and more than that one overtime shift. And it's like the more houses you buy, the more shifts you can tack off.
Man, I love this.
That you have to work. And actually you could buy 2 houses in 1 year as long as you're very strategic about it. So
come December 21st. Don't give it all away.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, that just motivated me a little bit.
Yeah.
Guys, you guys don't need a lot of money to buy. You guys don't need a lot of income to buy. And I love that you pointed that out.
That's a big misconception.
Doesn't matter if you're making 40, 50 a grand, you could still be a millionaire.
Yeah. And you don't even have to be top tier in credit either. A lot of people think, oh, if I'm going to invest, I got to have an 800 credit score. You don't.
No, we'll debunk all those myths too.
Yeah. I mean, I got a property with student loan debt, so. I did.
But you know how to navigate. So you're uniquely different. So we're going to share all that knowledge on the 21st. Anything that you want to plug?
Just to come on the 21st right now.
All right, we'll dial in on the 21st, guys. All right, so special edition on a Wednesday. We're going to still air it on a Friday, but we'll get this one probably sooner than later.
Yeah.
Cut the line. But tomorrow? Beautiful. All right, well then, guys, that's another episode. Appreciate you guys coming.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome.